Walk into an Apple store and they'll gladly upsell you a $1,200 iPad Pro. Step into Best Buy and the first thing they'll point you toward is a $900 Samsung tablet. But here's the part nobody talks about. Right now, on Amazon, there are tablets for less than half that price that deliver sharper displays, bigger batteries, and features Apple forces you to pay extra for. These aren't backed by billion-dollar marketing budgets or shiny fruit logos, which is exactly why most people overlook them. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 tablets that punch way above their price tags and could save you hundreds of dollars. By the end, you'll either be thanking me for finding a hidden gem, or you'll be kicking yourself for spending way too much on an overpriced tablet last month. And trust me, number 2 on this list will surprise you with a feature Apple removed and now charges $129 extra to bring back. While the number 1 tablet has a display so advanced, it outshines screens on devices twice its price. Before we dive in, make sure to check the links in the description for the latest deals, because prices on these tablets change fast. Let's start with one that feels almost unfair for the price. The first tablet we need to talk about almost feels like it shouldn't exist at this price point. For just $230, the Xiaomi Poco Pad delivers a 12.1-inch 2.5K IPS display with 120Hz refresh rate and Dolby Vision. That means you're getting flagship-level display quality for about the same price as a pair of AirPods Pro. Watching Netflix or YouTube on this thing feels way more premium than it has any right to. And with 600 nits of brightness, you can actually use it outdoors without squinting at your screen. Under the hood, it runs on the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor, paired with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. And here's the kicker. You can expand it with a micro SD card. That's something you won't find on an iPad. Performance is smooth for multitasking, streaming, and even gaming. Though for the absolute heaviest titles, you'll want to dial down graphics. The 10,000 milliamp battery lasts up to 12 hours and charges quickly with 33-watt fast charging, so you're back at 100% in about 2.5 hours. Add in 4 stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos, a headphone jack for those who still prefer wired audio, and a solid aluminum build that weighs just 570 grams, and you're looking at a tablet that feels like a loophole in the system. It simply shouldn't be this good for under $250. Now, if you're someone who doesn't need the giant 12-inch screen and instead wants something lighter with even more raw performance, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is the obvious next step. Priced around $320, this tablet hits the perfect balance between size, power, and portability. The 11.2-inch display is breathtaking. 3.2K resolution, HDR10, Dolby Vision, and a blisteringly fast 144Hz refresh rate. Scrolling feels like butter. Gaming feels incredibly responsive. And the colors pop in a way you'd normally expect from much pricier devices. But what really makes this tablet stand out is the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 processor, paired with up to 12 gigs of RAM. This is serious horsepower for a mid-range tablet. It breezes through multitasking, handles productivity ops with ease, and can run demanding games without stutter or overheating. Storage comes in 128 or 256 gigs, though it's not expandable this time. On the audio side, the quad speaker setup with Dolby Atmos delivers sound that feels rich and immersive, whether you're in a Zoom call or watching a movie. The 8850 mAh battery gives you about 8 hours of real-world use, and thanks to 45-watt fast charging, you can hit nearly 40% in just half an hour. At just 500 grams with a slim aluminum design, the Pad 7 feels premium in your hands, while still disappearing easily into a backpack. For most people, this is the one tablet that does everything without breaking the bank. But let's say your focus isn't just on speed or screen size. You're someone who takes a lot of notes, does sketching, or needs a device that feels natural for writing. That's where the Huawei MatePad 11.5S comes in at around $350. On paper, it's an 11.5-inch 2.8K display with 144 Hz refresh rate, which already sounds impressive. But what sets it apart is something Huawei calls the paper matte display. This technology reduces glare and gives the screen a subtle paper-like texture, completely changing how it feels when you write or draw. If you've ever tried to take notes on an iPad and felt like you were writing on glass, this solves that problem instantly. Underneath, you'll find the Kirin 9000WE processor, paired with 8 gigs of RAM. It's not the fastest chip in this roundup, but it's more than capable for productivity apps, web browsing, and general use. Gaming performance is solid for most titles, though you'll want to tweak settings for the most demanding ones. The MatePad comes with 256 gigs of storage, which should be plenty for documents, apps, and media. The cameras, a 13-megapixel rear and 8-megapixel front, are sharp enough for video calls and casual photos. The audio system is surprisingly full-bodied for the price. The 8,850 milliamp battery lasts about 8 to 9 hours, and while charging is capped at 22.5 watts, it's enough to get you through a workday. At just over 500 grams, with a slim metal build, it feels sturdy, but light enough for long study or drawing sessions. For students, artists, or anyone who spends hours writing, this tablet offers something unique that others simply don't have. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be a list of hidden gems. So what's an iPad doing here? Hear me out. The 2025 standard iPad, priced at $380, is one of the few times Apple has actually delivered value in this segment. The 11-inch liquid retina display is crisp and bright at 500 nits, though it's not laminated, meaning there's a small gap between the glass and screen that causes more reflections. It's a trade-off, but everything else about this iPad is shockingly good for the money. The A16 Bionic chip with 6 gigs of RAM runs circles around everything else on this list in terms of raw performance. Video editing, gaming, multitasking, this tablet just doesn't break a sweat. You're also getting 12-megapixel cameras, front and back, both capable of shooting 4K video, which is a rarity at this price point. Battery life sits around 5 to 6 hours, definitely shorter than the Android tablets we've looked at, but you do get the unbeatable benefits of Apple's ecosystem. Years of software updates, industry-leading app support, and seamless integration if you're already using an iPhone or Mac. The aluminum body feels as premium as ever. The fingerprint sensor is reliable, and while you'll need to buy the Apple Pencil or Magic Keyboard separately, the option is there. If pure speed and long-term support matter more to you than battery life or storage expansion, the iPad still earns a spot on this list. And finally, we've got a tablet that feels like it belongs in a different price bracket entirely, yet still stays under $500. The Honor MagicPad 2, priced at around $440, is a monster in disguise. The first thing you'll notice is the display, a 12.3-inch 3K OLED panel with vibrant colors, deep blacks, and a silky 144 Hz refresh rate. Watching movies or gaming feels cinematic, especially since the tablet is IMAX Enhanced certified and supports Dolby Vision. Performance-wise, the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 processor with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage gives you flagship-level speed across the board. Gaming, content creation, productivity, it handles everything effortlessly. Cameras are solid at 13 megapixels on the back and 9 megapixels on the front, both capable of shooting sharp video. The audio system is equally impressive, with an 8-speaker surround sound setup,
that makes you forget you're on a tablet. Power comes from a huge 10,500 milliamp battery that easily lasts a full day of heavy use. And the 66-watt fast charging gets you fully charged in just about 2 hours. To make things even sweeter, Honor often bundles in a keyboard and stylus for free, adding value that other brands charge hundreds extra for. The build quality is premium through and through, with AI features that actually make daily use smoother instead of just being marketing buzzwords. If you want the absolute best display and premium experience under $500, this is the tablet to beat. And that's our list. 5 tablets that give you premium features without the premium price tag. From giant screens to smooth performance, creative-friendly displays, and even Apple-level speed, each of these options delivers more than most people expect for under $500. Which one would you go for? Or is there another hidden gem you think should be on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more honest tech reviews, and check the description for the best deals on all the tablets we covered.